Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
संसारदावा नललीढलोका तराय कारुण्या घना घनात्वाम् प्राप्तस्य कल्याणागुणानुवास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभो कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्रमाध्यान् मनसोरसेना नृत्य गीता रोमाञ्चकम्पा श्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीविग्रहारा धननित्यनाना शृङ्गारतन्मन्दिरमर्चनादो ग्रहारा युक्तस्य भक्तांश्च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादो स्वादन्न तृप्तान् हरिभक्तसङ्गान् कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजता सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम् प्रतीक्षणा स्वाधनलोलुपास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् उपास्य वन्दे गुरो प्रतीक्षणा स्वाधनलोलुपास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसिद्धे यायालिबेर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवल्लभास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् साक्षात्हरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे तस्तथा भाव्यत एव साद्धि किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन्तु वांस्तस्य यस्य स्त्रीसन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् ध्यायन्तु वांस्तस्य यस्य स्त्रीसन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namah. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Na Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदना गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहना हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे जय जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शना जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय बालाजी भगवान जय बालाजी भगवान बालाजी जय 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 प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव नीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणार विंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। व्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री कृष्ण रस यात्रा की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादलाददायिने हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्ष शीलटङ्कार नखालाये इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यत्तो यत्तो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा बहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नारसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव कर कमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुत शृंगा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तानुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद सर्व विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की।
Hare Krishna. For the pleasure of the Lordship Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya, Shri Gaur Nitai, Shri Prabhupada and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Yesterday's book distribution is goes are as follows. PDC devotees during Harinam Sankirtan, 26 small books. Vamshi Mohan Prabhu, Chitra Lalita Mataji, Venkat Prabhu, Hari Kirtan Prabhu, Nitin Prabhu, Madhu Madhav Prabhu, Ras Madhuri Mataji, Devi Das Prabhu, Sheetal Mataji, Jayashri Mataji, Nisha Mataji, Prasad Prabhu, Prathamesh Prabhu, Rajiv Ranjan Prabhu and Ishwar Dhir Prabhu. 295 small books, 31 medium books, 115 big books, 338 Maha big books and 2 Lilamrit full sets. Yesterday's total score, 321 small books, 31 medium books, 115 big books, 338 Maha big books and 2 Lilamrit full sets. Total book points of yesterday, 914.75. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Yesterday, 246 visitors chanted one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Today is 8th November 2022, Tuesday. Today is the end of 4th month of Chaturmasya and last day of Bhishma Panchak. Also today is Shri Krishna Rasayatra and Tulsi Shaligram Vivaha. And also today is the appearance day of Shri Nimbark Acharya. Hari Bol. Shri Krishna Rasayatra ki jai. Shripad Nimbark Acharya ki jai. Today's Srimad Bhagavatam class will be given by His Grace Dev Shekhar Vishnu Prabhu. Vrindaye Tulsi Devyai Priyaye Keshavasya cha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devyai Priyaye Keshavasya cha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devyai Priyaye Keshavasya cha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha. देवी तुलसी महारानी की।
नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः। राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ए अभिलाषी। जे तो मार शरणालो तार वांछा पूर्ण होय। कृपा करी करो तारे वृंदावनवासी। मोर एई अभिलाष विलास कुंजे दियो वास। नयने हेरिबो सदा युगल रूप राशि। एई निवेदना धरो सखीर अनुगत करो। सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी। दीन कृष्ण दासे को एई जना मोर श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदाय न भाषी। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Jaya Vrinde Devi, Jaya Vrinde Devi, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani. वृंदाये तुलसी देव्यै प्रियाये केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः. वृंदाये तुलसी देव्यै प्रियाये केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः. वृंदाये तुलसी देव्यै प्रियाये केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः. कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिनी वृंदे देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय. श्री तुलसी शालिग्राम विवाह की जय.
चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निनिर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदां पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मास्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनं. नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिः तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः. एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिह जनिनानुरागः. तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरिः. न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये. मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि. अयि नन्दतनुजा किङ्करां पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ. कृपया तव पादपङ्कजा स्थिता धूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया. नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा. पुलकैर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति. युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रार्वशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दाविरहेण मे. आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनस्तु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य शास्त्रकम की जय। The 10 offenses against the chanting the holy name of the Lord are as follows. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the orders of a spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literatures, all literatures in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Eighth, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Ninth, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. And 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against all these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prem. Hare Krishna. We are reading from the book, The Nectar of the Holy Name. Sri Namamrita, The Nectar of the Holy Name. Crime can be eradicated by mass sankirtan, which changes the heart. Lieutenant Mozi, I understand you have some ideas that could help us in our efforts to prevent crime. I'd be very interested to hear them. Srila Prabhupada. The difference between a pious man and a criminal is that one is pure in heart and the other is dirty. This dirt is like a disease in the form of uncontrollable lust and greed in the heart of the criminal. Today, people in general are in this diseased condition, and thus crime is very widespread. When the people become purified of these dirty things, crime will disappear. The simplest process of purification is to assemble in congregation and chant the holy names of God. This is called Sankirtan and is the basis of our Krishna consciousness movement. So if you want to stop crime, then you must gather as many people as possible for mass Sankirtan. This congregational chanting of the holy name of God will dissipate all the dirty things in everyone's heart. Then there will be no more crime. The age we live in is called Kali Yuga, the age of forgetting God. It is an age of misunderstanding and quarrel, and the people's hearts are filled with dirty things. But God is so powerful that if we chant His holy name, we become purified, just as my disciples have become purified of their bad habits. Our movement is based on this principle of chanting the holy name of God. We give everyone the opportunity without any distinction. They can come to our temple, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, take a little prasad as refreshment, and gradually become purified. So if the governmental authorities give us some facilities, then we can hold mass Sankirtan. Then, without a doubt, the whole society will change.
Hare Krishna. The instruction is very simple. Even a child can understand this, that if you chant the holy name, that will bring about a change of heart. But the instruction is not easy to follow when there is a lack of faith. Because when we utter the holy name, it not only hits the eardrum, but when the holy name is sincerely, faithfully, devotionally chanted, it sinks into the heart of the sincere chanter, and the Lord in our heart becomes pleased with the chanter, and He cleanses the mind and heart to become free from the diseases of the heart, namely the lust, anger and greed. And also He cleanses the mind from the impurities of shoka, moha and bhaya, lamentation of the past, illusion of the present and fear of the future. All these unwanted things that are troublesome to the heart are cleansed by the repeated recitation of the holy name. And Srila Prabhupada not only spoke this theory of how the holy name can eradicate crime, he practically showed it when he went to the Western world and all across the globe. Even butchers became devotees, giving up the habit of slaughtering animals. And in the same manner, Prabhupada practically showed that the holy name can eradicate all the bad practices, bad habits and everything. So now, it is not only for somebody who is a drug addict to become free from the drug addiction. The greatest drug is forgetfulness of Krishna. The living entity is having become forgetful of Krishna, which is the root cause of all problems in the material world. And that forgetfulness itself can be eradicated. Vyamoha prashamaushadam munimano vritti pravrityaushadam daityendrartikaraushadam tribhuvane sanjeevanaikaushadam bhaktatyantakaraushadam bhavavaja pradvam sanaikaushadam shreya praptakaraushadam pibamana Shri Krishna divyaushadam. Here he says that actually the holy name motivates us to become more and more sincere and serious in attaining the lotus feet of the Lord. And also it destroys the forgetfulness, like a sanjeevani, jadibuti. Like when one sanjeevani is administered, immediately a dead person wakes up. Like that the sleeping soul is woken up by the chanting of the holy name with a little amount of sincerity. In the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the Vishnu Dutas are glorifying the holy name, they give a long list of terribly sinful activities. You will even feel uneasy to utter them. Like for example, somebody is putting fire to somebody's house, somebody is murdering somebody, somebody is eloping with a Guru Patni, somebody is killing a Brahmana, somebody is killing a cow. Like that a long list is given, at the end of which it is said, even if anyone has performed any of these things, somehow or other, if that person comes in contact with the Vaishnava and begins chanting the holy name, very soon by his offenseless chanting and helpless chanting, prayerful chanting, repentant chanting, that person can eventually cleanse the mind and heart completely to the point of becoming a pure devotee and going back to Godhead. So the Vishnu Dutas told the Yamadutas, actually you fellows don't know, there's one great secret about the holy name. Because you are not educated about it, go back to your master Yamaraj and ask him more questions about it. And they turned them back. So the chanting of the holy name, the potency is enormous. If we have even an iota of faith, then we can immensely benefit from the fruits promised in the scriptures by the sincere chanting of the holy name. Harinam Prabhu Ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like the seer trees, or ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnava vrindaki Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki. So we have His Grace Darshan Mahaprabhu, who recently came to Vrindavan and he accepted the saffron order with the blessings of His Holiness Bhakti Brihad Bhagavat Maharaj in Vrindavan. So last time we had one festival here for saffron accepting. Many devotees took in that, and after that some of the devotees were in queue. They wanted a little while, and as you know, Tribhanga Mohan Prabhu took, Tribhanga Gopal Prabhu took, and now we have Darshan Mahaprabhu. Is he here? So, needless to say about Darshan Mahaprabhu's activities, His activities are all very unique. You know, he, instead of the traditional, conventional style of just preaching and cultivating a handful of devotees, he came up with many innovative ideas like the Vital, offering many courses, and also he also brings many college students to stay in the temple premises campus and experience the life of a devotee, which they do in America, I have seen. Here also he gave such opportunities to youngsters. And also he engages many college students, boys and girls, in many projects, giving them many services. His point is the living entities are endowed with some spark, some talent, and we should fan that spark and use that propensity to connect them to Krishna and not expect everybody to become a very big devotee or a serious devotee. Everybody and everybody should be connected on a large scale. So that is his mood. Keeping this in mind, he also brought some books also. There was one book in those days, our ISKCON India leaders wanted a book on drug addiction, how to give it up. So when the matter had come to me, I thought I sort of throwing an invitation to Pune devotees to write a book. He was the first one I approached and immediately agreed. I didn't have to ask others. So he brought out a book which became nationally very famous. Many ISKCON temples are taking bulk order for that book. Subsequently following that, he made one book on Captain Srila Prabhupada. So very neatly brought with nice headings. I don't know how many of you are aware, there is a particular thing called as Quora, Quora, where many students ask questions. They are all inquisitive, spiritual-minded, philosophical-minded students. So in that, he has a very great presence, Darshan Mahaprabhu. Sometimes 80,000, 1 lakh people also watch his answers, where he puts. And he's also a very good writer of articles in the newspaper and magazines. I can add many more to this. He has very great faith in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, in performing Sankirtan, and in Prabhupada's compassionate movement that he started in the West, especially to deliver the most degraded people. He has a great faith in that particular aspect, and his eagerness is to see more and more downtrodden people more and more uplifted. I hope I have captured the mood of Darshan Mahaprabhu. So now he is taking saffron order. When he came as a young devotee, he used to be very afraid, how can somebody take saffron? But he had great respect for it. But now after many years of service, Krishna has given him that realization and enthusiasm and eagerness to come forward to accept saffron. So I will request all of you to bless him and pray for him with 3 loud Hari Bols. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Darshan Mahaprabhu ki